Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Ultra Hardware number 44607 zinc alloy pin tumbler cam lock. This is what it looks like. Let's remove it from the package and take a much closer look. So this is a cam lock, a drawer lock, some people will call it. Cam locks can be used on a variety of things, not only drawers, but they can be used on lockers and fire extinguisher cabinets, toolboxes, access to paper towel dispensers. Now, not that this cam lock is going to work for those applications, but it is fairly complete, and I'll tell you, it is a good-looking piece of hardware that does give me an initial opinion that it is smooth, decent, certainly for the money, a good quality lock. So obviously a couple of original key blanks. When I say original, that's just by habit. A couple of key blanks. I don't think they're original to anything. You will get the screw, pardon me, the nut on the back of the body that will allow you to attach it to whatever you're installing it onto. That does not come off without removing the bolt on the back to pull that tail piece off. But we're going to do that in order to take a closer look. I want to inspect the back side of this cam lock and see what makes it tick. And while we're going to dig into this, let's observe the behavior before I take it apart. We'll rotate counterclockwise only, and the key can only be removed when the key is in the vertical position. Okay? Cannot be removed any other way. So you can only take the key out when you've relocked the unit is the point. So let's remove that screw and the star washer that's on the back. Okay. The nut, the star washer, the straight tail piece or cam, I'm going to need to call in my special tools. There we go. So the way that this cylinder is manufactured, the plug is captive inside. Makes sense. Obviously, this is all manufactured and put together, and under this spring lid there must be a spring mechanism that keeps that clipped in place. Now the reason you can only remove the key when it's in the locked position is because, well, the holes that are drilled, the chambers are up in the top. They're in the top of the plug. So when you rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise, when you try to pull the key out, the pins have nowhere to go on the side. So the construction of the cylinder is different in that regard. While we've got this taken apart, let's take a couple of dimensions. Underside of the head to the back of the body itself. Let's study those dimensions. The body length is, 13/16. Overall to the back of the threaded post for the cams, which I'll show you all those in a moment, about 1 1/4, I'd say. Diameter of the face of the unit itself, about 13/16/7/8, something in that range. Now let's take a dimension of the lock body itself, the diameter. 0.714. 0.714. Okay. So you've got a straight cam. You have 4 different offset cams, and these have stampings on them. There are 5 cams total. They're stamped T1, T2, T3, T4, and T5. Or no, pardon me, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. The way that you, let's just look at them one at a time. 71. The way that you attach this, obviously, is going to suit your conditions. Let's do a dimensional tour of them as we go through. So keep in mind the length of the tailpiece when it fits onto the cam. If you've got something really thin, like a metal locker, you might install it like this, is really measured from the center line to the end of the cam. So what I'm going to do is this. The end of the tailpiece to the center of this hole is what we're going to measure, to the center of the preparation. And we'll eyeball it. Being that crucial is not going to be that critical. If that made any sense. So you're about a 1/4 inch. Well, 5/16. So 5/16 of an inch is going to be the dimension from the center of the prep to the end of the cam. 5/16. Now, let's go through these. The 71. Remember, if you're looking to the center line, deduct 5/16 of an inch. The thickness of all these, I'm pretty sure, will be the same material. 0.082, 0.082. Overall, of 71, about 1 1/8 inches. With its return, about 11/16, maybe 5/8. Overall height of 72. Gauge that on the camera here. About 1 1/8 inches. Its offset, about the same, about 5/8. Then about 5/16. The 73, same sort of shape as the 72. It has a little longer lip on it. 71 and 72. 72 and 73. 73 is a little bit bigger. Let's go over 73. Overall height, going to be closer to about 1 5/16 inches. Offset, again, going to be about 5/8. And about 7/16. Length there. 74. Overall height, about 1 5/8. Again, offset. This one's a little bit shorter, closer to 1/2 inch. 3/8. Then, of course, the flat T5. It's going to have an overall of about 1 1/2 inches. Okay. So now, obviously, you can orient these in any direction as your application calls for. 90-degree clockwise orientation is all that it'll turn. And at that point, you should be able to really handle any application you have, provided that your material thickness is not excessively thick. With the length of the body, as we demonstrated earlier, you have to be obviously compatible with what you're installing it into. Chrome finish, made of zinc, a non-ferrous dense material that will offer a very good fit and finish. Mailboxes, of course, mailboxes as well. That's that's the most common reason people will buy these mailbox locks. 90-degree open cam turn, adjustable thumb nut, furnished with 5 different offset cams and 2 keys that they call an HL1 keyway. They're all keyed differently. I don't know how many changes there are, and unfortunately, no, there's not an option to specify them to all be keyed alike, unfortunately. It's just not the way they're imported. They're brought in on skids and container load sort of quantities from Ultra, and they're just keyed differently. There's very likely, 1,000 key changes, something in that range. Speaking of Ultra, finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Ultra hardware products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Ultra, they're part number 44607, zinc alloy pin tumbler cam lock and a chrome finish, or any other Ultra product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.